My friends, welcome back to the Speak Better podcast. I am Louie, and I am really happy you decided to join me today. This podcast is for people who are learning English, people who want to understand and speak with more confidence. I speak slowly on purpose, so you can hear each word and feel the rhythm of real English. You can just listen quietly, or, if you want, you can repeat my words with your own voice. That's called shadowing, and it's one of the best ways to improve your speaking skills by yourself. You don't need to memorize grammar. You need to train your brain to speak by practicing again and again. That's why this episode is not a lesson. It's a story, a real story. And you won't believe what happened to me yesterday. It was a strange day, a day full of problems, surprises, and unexpected emotions. I felt tired, stressed, confused, and honestly, I didn't know what to do at some points. But later, something changed. So, if you've ever had a difficult day or an emotional one, I think you'll connect with this. Let's walk through the story together. Slowly, step by step, let's hear how English sounds in real life and how emotions live inside simple words. Are you ready? Okay, let's begin. You won't believe what happened to me yesterday. Honestly, I still feel surprised when I think about it. It was one of those days when everything goes wrong, and your emotions move in many different directions. The day started like any normal day. At least, that's what I thought at first. I had an important meeting in the morning, so I needed to get up early and get ready. I remember thinking the night before, okay, tomorrow I will be calm, organized, and on time. But when I opened my eyes, the sun was already shining through my window. I checked my phone, and I was like, no, this can't be right. I had overslept, and I felt stress in my body the second I saw the time. My heart started beating fast, and I jumped out of bed like I was in a race. I was already feeling tired, and my mind was not ready to move so fast. While brushing my teeth, I told myself, maybe I still have time. Maybe I can make it. But then, I couldn't find my keys. That's when everything got more intense, and my emotions started to grow stronger. I looked on the table, in my jacket, in my bag, but they weren't there. I felt confused, really confused. And then I started to feel something else. Frustration, like I was about to explode inside. You know that moment when your brain feels full and every little thing becomes a big problem? I was like, where are they? I need to go now. I can't be late again, I said to myself. Louie, breathe. Think, remember where you put them yesterday. I walked around the apartment again, more slowly this time, trying to stay calm. And finally, I found them. They were inside my other bag, under a book. Like, really? That made me laugh a little. I took my bag, put on my shoes, and walked quickly out the door. At that point, I still thought, okay, maybe I can catch the bus if I walk fast enough. So I walked fast, almost running, really, and tried to stay positive. But when I reached the bus stop, I saw the bus driving away. It had just left, and I missed it by maybe 10 seconds. I stopped there, on the sidewalk, breathing hard and watching the empty street. And in that moment, I felt defeated. I felt tired, frustrated, and honestly, kind of sad. It was still early, but I already felt like the day was too heavy. I stood there for a minute, not moving, just feeling everything at once. So many emotions, all mixed together, and the day had just begun. I was like, wow, how is this happening? Why does everything feel so difficult today? And I realized, sometimes our emotions speak louder than our words. That's when I decided to just walk slowly and let the day continue. So let's stop for a moment and look at what happened in this story. I told you about my morning, and maybe you noticed I felt many things. Let's talk about those emotions, one by one, slowly together. First, I felt stressed. I was late, and I had a lot on my mind. That's what stress feels like. You can say, I feel stressed, or I have a lot on my mind. Next, I felt confused. I couldn't find my keys, and my brain was like, what is happening? You can say, I feel confused, or I'm not sure what to do. After that, I felt frustrated. Things were not working, and I started to feel angry inside. You can say, I feel frustrated, or I am really upset. Later, when I missed the bus, I felt something different. I felt sad and a little lonely. I felt like the day was too heavy for me. You can say, I feel sad, or I feel down today. You can also say, I am not okay. These are simple words, but they are strong. And when you use them, people can understand how you feel. You can use I feel or I am to talk about emotions. These are the two most common ways to express feelings in English. They are clear, easy to learn, and powerful. So if you want to say something real, just begin with I feel. Like, I feel tired. I feel happy. Or, I feel nervous. Or you can say, I am sad. I am excited. I am worried. Now, if you want, you can repeat some of these with me. Speak, 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 slowly. Take your time. Let your voice follow mine. I feel confused. I feel stressed. I feel sad. I am tired. I am okay. Good job, my friend. You are not just listening. You are training your brain to speak English. And that's a beautiful thing. Okay, let's stop for a minute and look at how we talk about emotions in English. The good news is, it's simple. In English, we often use just two basic structures to talk about how we feel. The first one is I feel, and the second one is I am. That's it. These two small phrases are used all the time in real life. Let me show you how they work. If you want to say something about your emotion, you can start with I feel. For example, I feel tired, or I feel happy. It's great because you can express many things with just two words. Now, the other way is I am. You can say, I am sad, or I am nervous, or I am okay. I am is also used for identity, but it works very well with emotions too. So, which one should you use? Honestly, both are okay, and they're both very common. Some people say, I feel tired, and others say, I am tired. And both are correct. You can choose the one that feels more natural for you. The important part is this. You are using real English to talk about real life. And that is powerful. Let's look at some examples together. You wake up and you didn't sleep well. You can say, I feel sleepy. You have too much to do, and your head feels full. Say, I feel stressed. You had a bad day, and you don't want to talk. Say, I am not okay. You miss someone, and you feel alone. Say, I feel lonely. You hear good news, and you smile. Say, I am happy. Every sentence is short, simple, and real. And the more you practice these phrases, the more natural they will feel. You don't need big words. You just need honest ones. Remember, I feel and I am. Those are your two keys. With those, you can say so much, and people will understand your heart. Common mistakes when talking about emotions and how to fix them. So, now that you know how to talk about emotions, let's look at some common mistakes. These are small things that many English learners do, and that's totally normal. The important thing is to notice them and learn how to do it better. Okay, mistake number 1 is using I feel with an adjective that doesn't describe emotion. For example, I feel hungry is okay, but I feel cold is not always emotional. I feel is best used with emotional words like sad, happy, nervous, or lonely. So, if you want to talk about temperature, it's better to say, I am cold. Next mistake, saying, I am feel sad, with both am and feel together. That's not correct. You say, I feel sad, or I am sad, but not both at the same time. It's one or the other, feel or am, not both together. Another common mistake is using nouns instead of adjectives. People say, I feel sadness, but that sounds a little unnatural. It's better to say, I feel sad, with the adjective sad, not the noun sadness. Same thing with anger. Don't say, I feel anger. Just say, I feel angry. Adjectives feel more natural in real conversations. Also, some people say, I have sad or I have tired, but that's incorrect in English. We don't use have for emotions like that. We say, I am tired or I feel tired, not I have tired. So remember, use am or feel with adjectives and keep it simple. Now, one more mistake. Sometimes people say, I feel myself sad, or I feel me happy. But in English, we don't need myself or me after feel. Just say, I feel happy, I feel sad. No need to add anything. It's short, it's clear, and it's right. These are small things, but they make your English sound more natural. So if you've made these mistakes, don't worry. It means you are learning. And now you know how to say it better, how this story helps you learn English. So maybe you are thinking, why did I tell that story? And how does this help me learn English? Well, let me explain. When you hear a story, your brain starts to imagine the situation. You begin to feel the emotions, and that helps you connect with the words. You are not just learning with your mind. You are learning with your feelings, and that makes everything stronger. This episode is full of real English, the kind people actually use in daily life. You heard phrases like, I feel tired, or I am sad many times, but they were not in a list. They were inside a real situation. That's how you remember them better, because they feel real, not like grammar rules. Also, I spoke slowly, clearly, and with emotion. That's to help you listen better and hear the sound of each word. And if you practiced shadowing with me, then you were not only listening, you were speaking. You were using your voice, training your mouth, and learning to speak with rhythm. That's how we grow confidence in English. One phrase at a time. This kind of story helps because it repeats key structures again and again in a natural way. You hear them, you feel them, and then you start to say them. You don't need to memorize. You just need to live the language. And that's what we're doing here. Step by step, feeling by feeling, word by word. So if you listened and maybe repeated some parts with me, you did something amazing today. This is real learning, and I am proud of you. All right, my friends, that's all for today. Thank you for listening, for feeling, and for learning with me. Every time you come here, you are building your English step by step. And more than that, you are learning to express your emotions with honesty and care. If you liked this episode, feel free to listen again or share it with a friend. You can also leave a comment or a like. It really helps this podcast grow. And remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. Your English is growing, and so are you. See you next time, here on the Speak Better podcast.